Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be a DIY kind of Christmas decor, but kind of using bits of rubbish that I have had kicking around my house for a while and I've saved up to do DIYs with, or I've just kind of made them out of just stuff that's meant to be going in the rubbish and I've just kind of, you know, just upcycled it. So today's video is also in collaboration with Mr. Carrington. You guys may know that he's a good friend of mine here on YouTube. He does amazing DIYs, vlogs, all sorts of things over on his channel. He's also been on the telly recently, which I feel so happy for him for getting such a cool role on Steph's Packed Lunch on Channel 4, which is so amazing. I feel so like happy when I see him on it, like on the little segment and stuff. But today Mr. Carrington is doing a collaboration with me, and he's also doing a budget DIY Christmas decor video over on his channel. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave it down in the description for you to check out. Please do, you will not be disappointed. He's so kind, so genuine and so lovely, and if you like DIYs and that sort of stuff, then it's obviously better to have two people doing it than one. So go share the love, go over there, give him a comment, give him a like from me, and yeah, just that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, my video for today is just me upcycling some rubbish, turning it into decor. Two of them are gingerbready kind of themed, and one of them is more of like just a little fun one. So yeah, hopefully it could spark a little bit of inspiration and maybe get involved with your kids or something like that. I don't know, just some low cost DIY budget ideas, because we're all on a bit of a budget this year, aren't we? So yeah, just gonna get stuck straight on into it. So the first DIY, you're gonna need some light bulbs, and this one here is the fun one that I was talking about. So over the past couple of years, really, I've seen this DIY on Pinterest, and it's basically upcycling old light bulbs into Christmas decorations. So I had a bunch of these light bulbs, which I've been, you know, collecting over the years when light bulbs have blown. These were all actually from my old house, so I've kept these for more than 3 years because I knew I wanted to do a DIY with them. Pretty much I'm just making an excuse for the fact that I'm a little bit of a hoarder, but yeah, I kept them and I decided to use them today. So I painted them up with white acrylic. I used 2 layers of white acrylic in total, and in order to allow it to dry in between each coat, I actually just blue tapped them to some ceramic tiles, which I usually use for painting. Once the 2 layers of acrylic were on there, I was left with a nice kind of opaque base, and then I went in with a paint marker. These ones here are actually by Arteza. These were gifted to me. I always like to be 100% transparent if I've been gifted something, and these were gifted to me as part of a collaboration on my other YouTube channel, but I really like them, and I've been using them every day and just on products just all the time really, and yeah, really thoroughly impressed. I think you can get like a 40 pack for under £40, which is so good, especially considering like Posca pens can be like £3, like if not more, per pen. So these often work out less than £1 a pen when you buy the pack of 40 and use a couple of coupon codes and stuff, and honestly absolutely amazing. So yeah, I just painted on the details using the paint pens. You can obviously use normal acrylic if you want to, but because I had these on hand, I just figured why not. I painted on the scarves to begin with, and then painted on their little faces and their little curls. To allow them to dry, I actually just prop them up onto some washi tape so that all the paint could fully dry on there. To turn them into hanging ornaments, obviously you can leave it here if you want to and just display them like this. I use some E6000 super glue and then some twine, just wrapping that all the way around the top part of the light bulb, tying it in a few knots and whatnot, and then I just kind of tied it tight around the top and then just secured that into a loop so that I had a hanging loop on there. The E6000 is obviously going to make sure that's doubly secure, and once that's done, your hanging decoration is complete. So moving on to the second DIY, I understand that most people won't have this, but this is just a light that blew up on my ceiling. It was an LED light. One of the LEDs practically burnt out and just exploded in there, so it no longer works, but I just decided to change it into a giant peppermint swirl. I did plan to use this outdoors, but to be honest, I just haven't got around to it, and I found the perfect place for it, so I will show you that in a second. But my mum actually came up with the idea to change this into a peppermint swirl, and I thought, why not? So I used the acrylic marker just to mark out 5 different segments, coloured in the ones that I wanted to paint red, just because sometimes I get a bit too paint happy and end up painting in the white bits. I do make a little peppermint swirls for my kawaii channel on my Etsy store, making little keychains and stuff in this design, as well as pins, so I am quite familiar with painting these, but on this piece I did just intend to paint the red kind of bits of the peppermint swirl and leave the rest. But because it was obviously transparent or like semi-transparent, it did show up a little bit of a funky colour when I put it up on the wall, especially because the wall's white. So I actually did go back in a few days later and paint the white sections in with a white acrylic paint as well, and I will show you that now. So I'm using this on my fireplace in my kitchen along with a garland that I'm still halfway through making. It's taken me a little while, but I will finish on Instagram. As you can see here, the peppermint swirl looks a little bit blue toned in comparison to my shiplap wall, and this is it painted and half of my DIY garland, which I will finish on Instagram if you want to join me over there. But to be honest, this is all we've got at the moment. I am so sorry. So moving on to the third and final DIY today, I actually just used some cardboard. I've been doing a lot with cardboard this year. I've made some garlands and that sort of stuff. I will leave a few other videos where I've used cardboard boxes down in the description, just in case you're looking for some more cardboard DIYs. I think with us all shopping online a little bit more this year, then we're going to have a lot of cardboard kicking around. It's just one of those things. So to use this DIY, I just cut out some circles and then I ended up painting them. I painted them green, red and white just to match my theme in my kitchen, and then using a paint pen or just like some acrylic paint, I just painted on some swirls. On the red one I used the acrylic paint pen, but then on the green one, because I already had the white paint kind of squeezed out into a little tray from painting the other circle white, I just went straight in with that, and to be honest it was just as easy and I quite enjoyed the kind of painted look. But on the third one with the white, I ended up using those paint pens again. By the way, this is not an ad for them, but I feel like it's turning out to look like an ad because actually I really like these pens. I got to say it, these pens, and they also give me some acrylic paint as well, and I absolutely love that. But again, not an ad, but I really like them. So once all the paint and the pens and all that are dried, I turned the cardboard circles over on the backs and cut in half a cake pop stick, or just a lollipop stick if you want to call it that, but they're actually cake pop sticks from the baking section in like Tesco, Sainsbury's. You can get them anywhere really. I have a load kicking around from making other DIYs on my kawaii channel, so I just popped them into a cellophane bag like the lolly looking things they are, and I taped off the bottom and then added on some ribbon as a final touch. I think the packaging just makes these stand out so much compared to like just the kind of cardboard lollies that they are. I then actually added these three onto the top tier of my tiered tray. As you can see here, I have my gingerbread man, I have a gingerbread house with those lollipops at the back, and it just makes a nice kind of fan out effect and gives it a little bit of extra dimension, which I really like. Again, I'm going to be finishing them off my tier tray on Instagram, so if you want to see that, then just follow me over on there. And that is the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching today, and thank you to Mr. Carrington with doing this in collaboration with me as well. I feel very grateful for all of my YouTube pals doing little collaborations with me along the way. It's meant the world to me this year because I don't know, it's all been a little bit of a lonely place this year, isn't it? Just the planet in general. So yeah, when I do little bits like this, it's also a little bit of fun for me because I get to do emails with people and chat to people about DIYs and all sorts, and I just really enjoy it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and to Ewan as well for doing the collab with me, and I will see you very soon for another video.